pleased to be joined with Jaguars wide receiver and Pro Bowl returner Jamal Agnew. Jamal, you started telling me a little bit about it off the air, but you had a whirlwind adventure of a summer. Walk me through it.
I did the little Jags player tour in London. We did some live events with fans, did some youth football camps, which were pretty cool. Went from London to Liverpool to Belfast, back to London, which was cool because I got to see another side of London than other than when we go out there and stay in the countryside. Got to stay in central London in the city and see how busy it is on the weekends, stuff like that. It was fun.
Had you been to Belfast, some of those other cities, or?
No, I had never been to any of those other cities before. Liverpool was cool. We only stayed there at night, but we went to Belfast for a couple nights and, went to the Game of Thrones studio and everything. So, my girlfriend was hyped about that. So it was fun.
I was going to say, I saw the picture of you and Devin. Are you a Game of Thrones fan?
See, I'd never watched Game of Thrones. My girlfriend was a huge fan, and Devin's mom was a huge fan. So they were geeked up. But, my girl said when we come back, I got to watch Game of Thrones now. But it actually made me want to watch it, just seeing all the production behind it and everything. So
that's what I was wondering, if Harry Potter fan. Did you get to the Harry Potter backlot tour?
No.
That's on your agenda for next time. Yeah, that's
because I'm a Harry Potter geek for sure.
Okay.
But we didn't get that one.
Yeah, next time you got it. It's a must see.
Okay.
Like when the Great Hall opens, I lost my mind.
Yeah.
When the doors open, it's wild. All right, on to the field. First day in pads. I know I'm sweating. You're sweating. It's certainly a hot one out there. First day. What are the impressions for you getting out there for the first time with the pads on?
I mean, anytime it's the first time putting pads on for the season, everybody's juiced up. I think Doug, along with the coaching staff, did a good job, keeping people calm. I mean, we're not out here trying to hurt each other. Get good work in, staying up on our feet most importantly, but also still, getting a good amount of work, striking, for DBs jamming, us run blocking, stuff like that. So it's just a happy medium of getting work in and being smart.
How has your game continued to grow at a position that I think people forget? You've only played 5-6 years at the wide receiver position. What has been the biggest part of your game that's grown this offseason that you're proud of?
Really 4 years, to be honest. I think this will be my fourth year. Never playing the position. I've just had great coaches. Get the opportunity to play for Chad this year, who was one of probably the best teachers I've ever been around. He knows everybody's weaknesses, everybody's strengths, and knows how to get the best out of those things, put us in good positions to continue to get better. And just playing with guys like Kirk, Zay, obviously Calvin now, I just watch what they do and try to apply it to my game. And that's the kind of learner I am. I'm a very visual learner. I'll see somebody do something and be like, I'm going to try that. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, I've had a good amount of success. What
is it about Chad? Because we heard everybody in Buffalo rave about him. And now you guys, we're only, a couple months in of his tenure here, and you guys are as well.
It's his energy. He's always positive, and he's always got an angle to help you get better at something. And even if you feel like you're pretty good at something, he knows how to pull something out that can get you even better. And that's why I said he's one of the best teachers I've ever been around. He knows the game super well. He's really passionate about the game. And you want that from your coach, your position coach.
This wide receiver room, obviously you mentioned the headliners, the guys who are coming back, but this is as deep in my 5 years as I've seen this wide receiver room, my 5 years here, to have that sort of depth. Who are some young guys that you've said, wow, that guy's popping?
Just all the young guys are getting better and better. Kevin's out there balling, Tim's out there balling, KP, Seth, Parker, all those guys. Even Elijah yesterday was going off. Elijah, Jacob, we got a really deep receiver room, and there's obviously going to be some tough decisions that need to be made, and I'm glad I don't have to be in the position to make those, because we got a lot of good players in our room, and I hope everybody sticks somewhere and finds their role somewhere and gets to shine, because we got a really close room and a really deep room.
Parker in particular, obviously also being a return man, what's your relationship with him? How have you seen him grow over the last few weeks?
I've taken Parker under my wing. Kind of me and Kirk, he kind of follows us around. He's like that little brother that gets a little annoying sometimes. He doesn't get annoying, but he's always willing to learn something. He's always asking me questions. He's asking Kirk questions. He's always trying to learn. He doesn't think he knows it all. He doesn't think he's at the pinnacle of his profession. So Parker's going to be He's gonna be a good player because he wants to get better, and he's, you see him after practice out here doing over-the-shoulder catches just like Kirk. So, he's been pulling things from me, pulling things from Kirk, and that's how you want to approach it as a rookie.
Other side of the ball, real quick, since you're obviously lining up against Tyson. Yeah. So we'll start with him. Is he a top 5, top 10 wide receiver, or top 10 DB?
I'm gonna say top 5.
Top 5 DB.
I feel like Tyson doesn't get the respect he does, probably because we didn't have many primetime games last year other than, end of the season. But I watch him every day, and he works his butt off. He goes against top competition. He doesn't run from competition. I think he's one of the fastest guys on the team for sure. He can run with anybody. And he just got that confidence, and it's not like a arrogant confidence. Tyson's actually really quiet on the field, but you can just see the swagger in him, the confidence in him, and he backs it up with his play.
And then some of those other young DBs, I know obviously they're hoping a couple of them start emerging. Who has stood out to you that maybe you didn't know about so much before camp began?
I want to say Trey is balling. I love Trey's game. Trey's so athletic, play inside, outside. I think Trey's looking really good right now. Young guys, Antonio looks good. Yeah. Antonio's looking really good. He's making plays. We had a deep ball. I ran, and he made a good play and picked it off. And he got another pick today in the red zone. So I think he looks really good. You can see the confidence starting to build. Now he's making plays. But all the young guys, DB's a hard position. I obviously played DB for a little bit, so especially as a young player, it's kind of hard to keep building that confidence. But there's a lot of young guys here who already have that natural confidence. So look forward to seeing them grow.
Since you played DB, I will ask you, and then we'll wrap this up because I know it's very hot outside. Antonio, he's a safety.
Yeah.
Trent really stressed that to us during the draft process. But the question of can he play the slot or not? What's your perspective on that?
I don't want to put any limits on him. I feel like he's athletic enough to play inside. Obviously his natural position is safety, but I feel like he's an athlete. So, that play he picked off, he was playing nickel, I'm pretty sure. Either he was the down safety or he was playing nickel on me because it was 11 personnel. And he made a really good play. So I'm not going to put any limits on him. Obviously in our game, versatility is huge, playing different spots. So I think he's capable.
Jamal, stay cool out there. See you back out here tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you, Mia.